The supply chain is collapsing, ships are empty, orders are cancelled. A catastrophic wave of shortages is about to devastate American stores. Everything you take for granted, gone, and I mean gone. Retailers will attempt to find replacement items from other sources when it's possible to do so. But in many cases, things that are made in China are not made anywhere else. As retailers run through existing inventory levels, shortages will begin to emerge. If you go into most major retailers today, you will notice that stock levels are lower than usual and there are some empty shelves. We are about to find out what happens when thousands of very popular products are suddenly no longer available for sale. Number one, your trusty smartphone. Number one, your trusty smartphone. That new iPhone you've been saving for. Prepare for the worst. Almost 90% of smartphone components come from Chinese factories and assembly lines. Apple, Samsung, and Google are frantically trying to relocate production, but you can't move those supply chains overnight. Industry insiders are already calculating that the next generation of iPhones could cost upwards of, get this, $2,000. And that's if they're even available at all. The chip shortage we experienced before was just a warning shot compared to what's coming. And with our complete dependence on these devices for everything from banking to communication, this shortage will impact every aspect of American life. Number two, laptops and tablets. Remote workers and students will be hit hardest by this crisis. Over 95% of laptops and tablets contain major components manufactured in China. Dell, HP, and Lenovo are already quietly informing corporate clients about extended delivery timelines. Corporate speak for, "We have no idea when you'll get your computers." Schools that depend on affordable Chromebooks and tablets are looking at a technological desert. Some districts are already telling parents to prepare for potential returns to paper-based learning for certain subjects. Paper-based learning in the 21st century. 3. Children's toys. Parents, brace yourselves. This Christmas could be the most miserable in decades for your little ones. Over 80% of toys sold in America come directly from Chinese factories. From action figures to dolls, board games to electronics, the toy aisles are going to look apocalyptically empty by the holiday season. Toy industry executives are already calling this the Christmas catastrophe. Price increases of 300 to 400% are expected on the limited stock that does make it through. Those must-have holiday toys, they simply won't exist this year. 4. Diapers and baby formula. This one keeps me up at night, folks. Essential baby products like diapers and formula rely heavily on Chinese raw materials and manufacturing. Parents could face emergency-level shortages within weeks. Remember the baby formula crisis of 2022? That will look like a minor inconvenience compared to what's coming. Major brands are already quietly limiting wholesale orders to distributors. Parents of infants, I strongly suggest stocking up now while you still can. 5. Prescription drugs. This might be the most dangerous shortage on our list today. Over 80% of active pharmaceutical ingredients used in American medications come from, oh yeah, you guessed it, China. Cancer medications, antibiotics, heart medications, and insulin are already under immense supply pressure. The FDA is scrambling to approve alternative sources. But drug manufacturing isn't something you can just relocate overnight. It involves specialized facilities, rigorous testing, and regulatory approvals that take years, not months. People's lives literally depend on these supply chains. 6 shoes. 6 shoes. From Nike to your basic Walmart brands, shoe shelves could go completely empty within weeks. Nearly 70% of all footwear sold in America comes directly from Chinese factories. Shoe manufacturers are particularly vulnerable because the specialized machinery and skilled labor required are not readily available elsewhere. Parents, buy your kids' school shoes now, because by back-to-school season the options will be severely limited and prices will be through the roof. 7. Clothing essentials. The clothes on your back, even those basics, are in jeopardy. Underwear, socks, jeans, t-shirts. Expect prices to skyrocket as inventory depletes. Over 40% of all clothing sold in America comes from China, and an additional 30% contains Chinese textiles or components. Clothing retailers are already cancelling orders for upcoming seasons because they simply don't know if they can source the products or even afford to import them under this new tariff structure. Fashion industry analysts are calling this the naked crisis. Soon affordable clothing will become a luxury. 8. Refrigerators and washers. Need a new appliance? You might be out of luck. Appliance aisles in stores like Best Buy and Home Depot may look like ghost towns very soon. Even American brands like Whirlpool and GE depend heavily on Chinese components. The compressors that make your refrigerator cold, the control boards in your washing machine, almost all come from Chinese factories. Appliance repair services are already seeing a 300% increase in bookings as people desperately try to fix what they have rather than replace it. 9. Televisions. Forget upgrading your TV. Prices could double overnight. Nearly every television sold in America contains critical components manufactured in China. Regardless of the brand name on the front, the semiconductor chips, display panels, circuit boards, they're simply not manufactured at scale anywhere else in the world. Electronics retailers are already limiting purchases in some areas as they try to manage dwindling inventory. 10. Toilet paper and paper towels. Yep, it's that kind of crisis again. While the base paper products are often made domestically, the manufacturing equipment, the spare parts, the packaging materials frequently come from China. Remember the toilet paper panic of 2020? That was caused by a temporary shift in consumer behavior. This shortage will be caused by actual supply chain collapse. Paper product manufacturers are already warning retailers about upcoming allocation limits. 11 eyeglasses and contact lenses? 11 eyeglasses and contact lenses. Vision care will be hit hard by these shortages. Over 90% of eyeglass frames and a significant portion of lens manufacturing equipment comes from China. Contact lens solutions rely heavily on Chinese chemicals and Chinese packaging. Optometrists are already advising patients to order backup pairs while supplies last. Some optical shops are beginning to limit purchases as distributors warn of impending shortages. 12. Board games and cards. Family night just got a whole lot more expensive. Games like Monopoly, Settlers of Catan, playing cards, and nearly all traditional board games rely on Chinese manufacturing, while the intellectual property belongs to American companies like Hasbro and Mattel. The physical production happens almost exclusively in Chinese factories. Hobby shops and game stores are already seeing allocations cut by distributors. 13. Kitchen essentials, blenders, air fryers, coffee makers, even basic toasters could vanish from stores. Small kitchen appliances are among the most heavily China-dependent product categories in American retail. Even premium brands like KitchenAid and Cuisine rely on Chinese manufacturing or Chinese components. Small appliance manufacturers are already telling retailers to expect less than 30% of normal inventory levels for the foreseeable future. 14. School supplies. Back-to-school shopping could be a nightmare this year. Backpacks, calculators, markers, specialty papers. Over 70% come directly from Chinese factories. Schools are already advising parents to preserve and reuse whatever supplies they can from the current school year. Some districts are even looking at revising supply lists to focus only on items they believe will remain available. 15. Plastic containers and zip locks. Food storage may become a daily struggle for American families. The raw materials and manufacturing equipment for these products come predominantly from China. Companies like Tupperware and Rubbermaid are already scaling back product offerings to focus on their most popular items. Retailers report that wholesale orders are being cut by up to 60%. 16. Bicycles and e-scooters. 16. Bicycles and e-scooters. Expect a wipeout in outdoor gear availability. Nearly 90% of bicycles and e-scooters sold in America are either manufactured in China or contain critical Chinese components. Bike shops across the country are reporting that distributors can no longer guarantee delivery of ordered inventory. Some are estimating price increases of 200 to 300% on whatever limited stock does become available. 17. Gas grills and outdoor furniture. Say goodbye to your summer barbecue plans. Outdoor living products like grills, patio furniture, and outdoor entertaining items are overwhelmingly sourced from China. Even American brands like Weber produce many components in Chinese factories. Home improvement stores are already noticing inventory depletion with no resupply in sight. 18. Home tools and hardware. Even basic tools may become luxury items soon. From screwdrivers to power tools, nail guns to measuring tapes, the hardware aisle is going to look very, very different, and that's going to be very soon. Chinese factories produce over 70% of our hand tools, nearly 80% of power tools sold in America. Hardware stores and home improvement chains are already limiting contractor purchases to preserve inventory. 19. Pet food and pet toys. PH and Fluffy may feel the shortage too. While much pet food is produced domestically, the vitamins, minerals, and supplements added to them are predominantly sourced from China. Pet toys, beds, carriers, and accessories are almost entirely Chinese manufactured. Pet supply retailers are already seeing certain brands completely disappear from distribution channels. 20. Imported snacks and drinks. Say farewell to your favorite Asian treats and specialty food items. Beyond the obvious Chinese products, many specialty foods from across Asia transit through Chinese ports or contain Chinese ingredients. Boba tea shops are already reporting supply issues with tapioca pearls. Specialty grocers are seeing entire product categories become unavailable as distributors run completely out of stock. So if you think that global supply chain problems are severe now, just wait until you see what's coming next. What we're facing is not just a temporary inconvenience. It's a fundamental restructuring of American retail and consumer habits. The era of abundant, affordable goods may be coming to a very abrupt end. We look forward to reading your comments. Please subscribe, send this video to friends and family, and thank you for watching.